in the English language, we use love as one word to describe many things. This is an interesting analysis today that we're going to take into love in 8 ways in Greek. I think this helps traverse this confusing word that we attach so many different meanings to when we have more words we can delineate with. So the first type I want to talk about is eros. That's the very primal one, and when channeled correctly, it's good, and it's the source of what ultimately brings us all here in the act of love making. It's the passionate love, the romantic love, and the love that can most often be confused as like a pleasure of the flesh people can succumb to. So eros is like very physical, it's not very spiritual, but at the same time it's the most spiritual because it facilitates the deepest connection we can have with someone. The next one is philia. So this one is regarded by Aristotle as the highest form of love. This philia is a friendship and an affection, and this is done by choice. It's not by way of family or anything like that. So this is something between friends, long-time friends, trusty acquaintances. Storgi is a natural familial love. This will be the love that people have as soon as they're with each other because they can sense they're from the same place. Yeah, you get me? A mother to her son, for example, a brother to a sister, brother to brother. This is a natural type of love. And there's agape. This is the most highest spiritual love. When I was raised, my mother would call me agapimu, my love. But it's unconditional love, universal love. It's on the spectrum the most sort of spiritually grand. Dios, seeing the connectedness in everything. We then have ludos. This is a playful, flirtatious love. This is like the honeymoon phase people could talk about. And the Greeks, they realized this was a very real feeling as well. You know, that puppy love, it's still real. It's still something that's actually happening, and it's a deeply moving sensation and emotion people feel. Pragma, this is typically for long-term partners. So while eros sort of plays into pragma, this is like a long-term couple and they're pragmatic. They're tackling life in a way together that's mature, and it continues because people in these types of relationships, they understand compromise, you know. Philotia. Oops, I got confused by reading that. It's made more sense, that one. Philotia is self-love, as we'd call it. Now, the Greeks do delineate between a narcissistic form of self-love and then the genuine, good, kind self-love, which is not, let's say, damaging on the ego or from the dark triad of personality traits that people may be aware of. And then there's xenia, and this one's all about hospitality, taking care of guests, friendship, and you see this type of love in Greek culture all the time with how they love to provide. And if you ever go to any Greek things, you know you're gonna eat a lot of food. That's a big way of facilitating this one. So I've now drawn the sort of scale that the Greeks used to delineate between the different types of love. So it goes from being very earthly and personal, or if we're applying another bit of Jungian, you could say more egoic love, to a love that knows no bounds, isn't directed at anything, and is everywhere. So the most earthly personal ones is philotia, which literally translates to love of, and then like auto, yourself, loving yourself. So that's just about you in your lived experience. Eros is that passionate love. It's very much a physical sensation that no people enjoy. Ludus, that is playful love. That is the puppy love, and it's not that deep. It's an idea you have of someone instead of necessarily the truth of who they are. So storgi is up above because it's a familial bond, but you're born into it. It's not chosen, so it's not as high on the hierarchy. Then there's pragma. This is a step up because it's earned through time, effort, and consistency. Philia is between equals and built on virtue. It's built on the choice that you're going to keep in contact with this person because they're your friend. And because they're your friend, you're going to keep talking to them. You break down life with them. You know, they're very important people in our lives, and you're lucky if you have someone like that. Xenia. This is higher because it's extending the love to outside of your circle. So it's not just people you know, it's giving love to others, spreading it, you could say. You see this with the hospitality culture in Greece. It's perfectly there. And there's agape. This is no conditions, no recipient. I know I mentioned my mum said it to me, but it's because it's unconditional. And that's agape more. My unconditional love, essentially. The Christians latched onto this concept because it's sort of the best to describe that loving God created everything type. This is the ultimate love. We're not doing it for anything. We're giving to give. We're putting the love out and not expecting it back for anything, not for any physical pleasure or ego. It's just giving out love for the sake of it because it's the highest thing to do. And hopefully we can continue to work towards a more heart-centered way of life. Thank you.